All right, hello Aries, and welcome to your end of May monthly reading with myself, Rachel Navy, aka Villagio Strega, for those of you who'd like to follow me on Facebook or TikTok. That is where I've been posting the extended readings for this month. I don't know if I mentioned that previously. But Aries, I'll be reading Celtic Cross style and then clarifying that up. I'm not going to do the bottom 5 of the deck. I'm going to pull from another deck for that. And keep in mind, guys, this is a general reading, will not resonate for everyone. So keep what does and leave the rest. Always something in it for you anyways. That said, if you have a challenge situation in your life you'd like more guidance, clarity, or support on, feel free to reach out to me. All my information is either linked in the description below or the About section of my channel. So that said, I'm going to put you, Aries. Let's take a look. For those interested, I am using the Tattoo Tarot deck here. Let's see, yes or no? I gotta question this for a moment because I always like to start my decks upright when I'm reading, because then if they flip, they flip. I know they flipped for a reason, as it were. First one out. Ooh, we have the Nine of Swords. Hey, Aries are worried. Worried. Let's see what else we get here, Aries. Also, guys, it is Tarot in the Dark. I'm going to ring my bell here for a moment because that draws in different energies. You'll find the readings in the evening because of the moon, right? Have a little bit more of an emotional feel to it. What's crossing you is the Five of Cups energy. Okay. I'm going to be quiet here for a moment. Let Icarus do the talking. And just see what we get here for cards as it is. I can put this down too, guys, for you, so you can see what's going on the table. Boop, as the cards come out. Thank you. So slide that over a little bit. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. For you, yes or no? Ooh, that's a yes. One more, thank you. I have a feeling this card is going to show up too. Hangman and the Tower in reverse. Awesome. Okay, Aries. Lots going on. Lots. I'm going to put that back up so we can talk here for a moment. Aries, you're worrying. A lot of sleepless nights. Many of you are just, it's ruminating thoughts. It's some sort of energy of feeling stuck in a situation, perhaps. Feeling a loss. Feeling like there's no hope in a situation. You've got the Nine of Swords energy out here. Those are again, ruminating thoughts, those worries, those doubts. But it's more of an internal dialogue, and it's this way because you're mourning something. You've lost something. You're grieving something, whether it's some sort of process or some sort of prospect, or relationship or loved one. I'm feeling a lot of loved one energy coming up. Mourning a loved one or grieving a loved one. It's kind of like, where do you go from here kind of energy is what's going on currently towards the end of the month here for some of you Aries. What's in your hopes, goals, destiny area is really beautiful, though. You've got the High Priestess. This is going with your intuition. This is moon energy. Again, this that time of night anyways, here on my end as a reader for those of you following this. It's the unconscious things, like what's in our subconscious, right? So she's about feelings. She's about expressings of emotions, harboring secrets sometimes too, because she keeps that balance of knowledge and wisdom. She really is a feminine aspect of the psychic self. And for some of you, it's kind of like you want to know something, or you want to know someone's okay, I get the sense of, or you just want clarity. You want a lot of clarity in a certain situation here. as it were. I want to kind of go through this. We're going to revisit this. We're going to clarify this one up, because I just feel like there's just a tremendous loss happening for some of you Aries here, and it's emotional loss, definitely. Where you've been in the more distant past, you had the King of Wands. There was a leadership, very Leo energy, very much someone in charge of the situation, kingly energy for many of you. And this was a transformation period. This was like kind of like the Phoenix Rising, where you took action on a situation or a relationship, and it was kind of like out of the fire, out of the ashes rose this maybe beautiful something. You had a choice to make. This is more in your recent past here with the Lover's card energy. Could be dealing with a Gemini. Lover's energy is about versatility and making decisions, making choices. Yes, but it's that soulmate connection. Now, often, if this king came in for you in the distant past, and more recently it was like, oh gosh, what do I do now? Kind of energy. I'm not sure if you're letting go or if there was a third-party situation with this. I get a feeling there's a third-party situation just because of what I'm seeing for your inner emotions card, and I'll get to that in a minute too. But there's a deep connection there. You know, the trick with soulmate energy, Aries, is sometimes soulmates come and go, and they come and go because they need to grow. They typically do return, though, and from one lifetime to the next. So it's kind of like you see each other, you have your interactions, and there you recognize that there's a deeper connection, that there's a sincerity, there's a union, soul union of sorts. But it doesn't necessarily mean that in this lifetime or in this present moment, as it were, that's who you're meant to be with. Because the beautiful thing about soulmates is because, you know, they travel from one lifetime to the next with us, or that we're all learning. So when we see them, it's a really deep love, yes, but it's not necessarily the experience we're meant to have in that moment, in this moment, or in that lifetime, if that makes sense. And I'm getting a really big connection with that too, as far as like the past. And what I see kind of going on with the current situation, it's almost like you got this tough decision to make about your love life. It's that time of day. So we can easily call this reading a love reading, but we'll see what else happens with the clarifiers for sure. Your near future here. Let me just make sure this is not in 9, and it is. It's 9 of Cups. You get the wish fulfillment card, which is really, really beautiful. This is you being so satisfied in your life because of a choice you make here. Again, that High Priestess energy. You're going to use your intuition on this towards the end of the month here, Aries. You being so satisfied that not only are you're just overfilled with abundance. You're lavish. You're able to treat yourself, give yourself a little bit more, and you recognize that your emotional satisfaction comes from yourself and what you give yourself, as much as it is what other people have to offer you. And that's really the key with the 9 of Cups energy there as well. What's your attitude? You got the 4 of Wands. 4 of Wands is celebration and anticipation of change. So you may be having this moment here where, okay, you know, you're worried. You're recognizing that you have to let go of what's lost or what you're grieving in order to move forward, because not all hope's lost in a situation, but you yourself are just like, you know what? If I got to make a change, I'm going to make a change, and I'm going to make it a good one. I'm going to make it a blessed one. In your external environment, what's influencing externally in this situation? It looks like the Queen of Pentacles. Give me just a moment, because this is a new deck to me. It is the Queen of Pentacles, right? And what's she about? She's about stability. She's about grounding, practical decisions, cautiousness, nurturing, abundance. Yeah, this is what your environment's like. This is maybe what both you're after or what you're being supported by in your environment for sure. What's your internal dialogue? You've got one attitude, you're like, yeah, I'm going to make a change, but on the inside you're like, oh shit. Right? Because you've got the 3 of Swords energy, and I told you we'd talk about this one here in a moment. This could be that third-party relationship. It's just like, oh, damn it, I know they're the one, but they're already taken kind of energy. Three of Swords 2 is about letting go of those things that are not for our highest good. So if this isn't a relationship, it's also those thoughts, that self-dialogue that we can't, we won't, we tout ourselves too much. It's about letting go of those self-limiting thoughts so that way we can move forward, much like the Eight of Swords energy is too. But I really get a feeling like you think this is the one, but just not right now. What is the overall energy for your reading? Dear Aries, you have the Hanged Man, all right, and you have the Tower in reverse. So Tower in reverse, of course, Tower upright is that action you take. Tower in reverse means not quite yet. In other words, the Divine's stepping in and saying, hey, I know there's something you really want here, and it may be a certain someone, but even though I know you're working on you, Aries, I'm going to shake things up a little bit and remind you that you're supposed to be on a different path. Yes, you're coming to a point of resolution, though. That's why it's in reverse. It's not like it's just happening. It's like it's been happening. So maybe throughout the month of May, some of you have had this experience already where, like, you have to get out of a certain situation and you're doing it yourself, as opposed to the Tower being upright and the Divine doing it for you. You're like, okay, I got to make this move. I got to make this choice for myself. The flip side to that is, though, and these are both major arcanas, mind you, is you also have the Hanged Man energy there. So within that, and this is really beautiful, Aries, you are having a spiritual awakening. The Divine says, okay, thank you for making this choice. I'm glad I didn't have to make it for you. Yes, but I don't want you to make any more movements because I'm gonna put life on pause for a moment. I'm gonna make some adjustments for you to put you on the right path, and so that way you can have faith in me. Right? You can learn to go with the flow, Aries. You can have faith in spirit because this is your spiritual awakening moment. This is the dark night of the soul kind of energy for many of you. And it can be a really scary place. This is why you're worried. You're like, oh my God, am I really letting go of this? Am I really, I'm lost without this kind of energy, or I'm lost without them kind of energy, Aries. But at the same token, it's like a bittersweet because you're like, oh, now I'm opened up to a whole new world. Now I'm opened up to a freedom I maybe didn't have before, or I didn't recognize I had before because I was still holding on to what I thought was there. Good news is because you're letting this go, the Divine is bringing you out of this Hanged Man state, out of this spiritual awakening of sorts, out of this freedom, Aries, which is really what this is. It is your blessings. Is you're like, okay, yes, go cautiously, be practical minded, but I'm going to bring you in some financial stability. I'm going to bring you in the energy of nurturing compassion. Again, groundedness in this. But really and truly, it's your time. That dark night of the soul is coming, but it's coming through heartache is really what this is saying to me. Okay, who am I going with for my clarifiers, my 5 clarifiers? I'm going with Tarot Mucha. Let's see what we get here. To continue this story for Aries on the collective. Okay, we've got 2. I've got the 6 of Wands in reverse. The Ace of Swords in reverse. Oh, there's one more in there. Wait a minute, I did it again. Oh, Spirit, that's my fault. So I got to pay attention is what that is. So give me a moment, Aries. I'm going to flip these back around. We're going to redraw here. Disregard the previous 2 cards. Knock. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Here we go. We got Hermit energy. That's more like it. Time season of Virgo. 4 more, please. What else would you like, my Aries, on the collective to know for the end of May? Beautiful. Just clarify both of them. Yep. Oh, no. Okay, we got 10 of Wands. Okay, I've got the 10 of Swords. Not surprised. The Wheel of Fortune. That's what you're after. That's what you really need. Right timing. One more, please. Thank you. Oh, okay, okay. Who's coming? Let's see what you are. Yes, that's a definite yes. That is the King of Swords in reverse. Upright, reverse. Yes or no? No. Yes or no? Okay, no. Okay, got them all. We have the Hermit card energy. We've got Virgo timestamp. This is about analyzing things. Analyzing things within yourself, analyzing things within your environment, but most of all, taking time out of the situation you're in, Aries, so that way you can go inward. So that way you can connect with both your inner light, with the divine light, connect with your own spirit to say to yourself, what is it that I really want? Who am I really? And what do I have to offer, especially the community at large, or your environment at large? The fact of the matter is, though, is that you've been carrying the weight probably of a relationship or doing all the work in some sort of circumstance here, whether it's a relationship. I'm not thinking it's business. I'm really thinking it's a relationship for many of you. That is coming to an end because we have the Ten of Swords out with that. So here's the thing. If you're working on whatever, everything, it kind of feels like with this particular circumstance for many of you, then you're not getting to see the fruits of your labor. You're having this time period where you're like, okay, I'm waking up because like I recognize what I want for myself and this ain't it anymore. That's why that Ten of Swords is there. That Ten of Swords is saying, okay, you really don't have to worry about this situation anymore. It's okay. You can move on. You don't have to keep focusing on the negative or what's lost in a circumstance. But you do need that time to reflect and figure out where you're going from here. That's what this is really saying. In that aspect, I want you to recognize too the Ten of Wands energy. While you like it, yes, it is the labor of love. But at the same token, again, if you're not making time to enjoy all of your hard work, the fruits of your labor, then you end up dying with nothing, right? So this is an opportunity to let others help you along the way, because as you're making this transition, there is going to be people available to help you. What it's about, though, is the right timing. This is the Wheel of Fortune card energy. Jupiter, so it's about self-expansion, which is really all of... These cards here in a nutshell. Your Tower and your Hanged Man energy can be summed up in the Wheel of Fortune too, about divine timing, the right situation at the right moment, so that way you can move forward and say, this is who I really am, this is what I really want, and this is what's best for me. You may have been dealing... Here's the energy. King of Swords in reverse. King of Swords upright, very thoughtful, knows how to communicate, knows how to articulate, very strategic, very good at planning, but can be a little bit cold. On this side of things, right, this is where I think you're walking away from, as an individual who's very cold, very indecisive, very insensitive at times, barbaric even. He can be quite the, yeah, you know. So that's kind of like, okay, that's what you need to remove yourself from. That's why this is showing up as like, okay, I know this is unhealthy for me and I need to move on from it. And that is why it is a spiritual awakening. That's why the Tower is like, you recognize this. I don't need to do it for you. It might get uglier if I have to do it for you. The divine kind of steps in and says, so you know it's no good for you. You're moving on. And you're moving on definitely to a better place. You get that Queen of Pentacles out. Let's take a look. But it's hard. I see it's really hard for a lot of you Aries, because like this is someone you truly loved. This is someone you thought was like the rest of your life kind of energy. Pull a couple more here. Let's see what we get. We have got the Strength card. Yep. Strength card and Emperor. One more, please, Spirit. Thank you. Oh, did it flip? It did flip. There you go. Heck yeah, you got the Chariot. 3 major arcanas, right? Got the Strength card energy. You know that's your self-confidence. That's that gentle force. That is the I can energy. Leo in particular is I create. because this is Leo card energy. We're coming up on Leo energy, end of July, beginning of August. I create, but what you're creating is for yourself. Could be dealing with some legal stuff, attorneys, judgments, judicial system. Man's law is really the emperor's way. He's more concerned about what's ruled in his domain. He also is quite the fatherly figure, so you could have like a fatherly figure assisting you along the way here with this transition. This guy too can be very fatherly like at times as well, just a very stern one. He's not really a bad guy, but he can be. Pardon me, especially when he's in reverse. But finally, and this is the time frame I'm really feeling for you guys, is the Chariot card energy, which is Cancer. So this is coming up soon. It's like you're making plans and you're moving on, but this is I think this is when your luck falls to you, or you get that stroke of luck really with the right timing on a situation, is this Cancer time frame. Chariot card energy, of course, we know is all about tradition, yes, but it's also about that opportunity you took and you fought for in order to win the race or have that success in your life, which there is some success coming indeed. These guys are at rest here. The Sphinxes are at rest here. And by the way, this is representing balance and harmony. That moment of pause, that moment of reflection that you're finally like, oh, that's how I got here. I made this decision way back when, or I made this decision back in the end of May, because this is really what the time frame we're reading for. And that's how I got to this place. And where you're going is really beautiful, because of it's a hard, like I said, it's a dark night of the soul moment. So it's not an easy feeling, and things aren't like, just happening like that. You've got to allow them to happen. If you're stubborn, Aries, which Aries can be, if you're stubborn, your resistance is going to delay things even more. Your resistance is going to work against you. But if you open up to the flow, if you say, okay, Spirit, I trust you. I know what I want. I know what's right for me. Here's where I'm going with this. Then it's going to open the doors for you, so that way you have that success, so that way you have that abundance, that wealth and abundance for you. It's in your environment already. The timing will be right. As long as you go with it. And it's really an authentic and beautiful place for you to be, Aries. I'm going to pull one more from the angel deck, see what else Spirit wants you to know. And then please don't forget to like and subscribe, Aries. I really do appreciate all of you being here. You guys are so supportive to my channel. And I'm truly grateful for that. Oh, beautiful. This is the perfect card for you guys, too. It's Beloved One from the Archangel deck, right? So, Beloved One, it says, I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. Helping you with your soulmate relationship, Aries. I wish you the best, guys. Take care. Blessed